Welcome to Mentor Moms, and the focus of this month is the parent team. The parent team really focuses in on how do you feel at the end of your day? Are you frustrated, exhausted? You have more things on your to-do list, tasks that you see around the house than you have hours in your day. And then you're just even frustrated because it just seems like no one else in the family even notices there's things yet to be done. So the focus of this month is on the parent team. Now this not only focuses on you and your significant other, the father of your children, however, it also focuses on the children themselves. So this whole idea that it's a whole family that works together on the household chores, on the tasks that need to be done within your house. So I'm going to be sharing with you how to begin to balance that out and not feel like it's all you. It's all on your shoulders. So the focus is the parent team. Obviously, your partner is number one on that focus, but so are the children. And this is children as young as 3, 10, even teenagers, which sometimes are as difficult as the 3-year-olds. So that is the focus of this month. But let's first of all go back and review why I call this the parent team. You see, the parent team is this team. I call it the parent team because I believe parenting is a team sport. So in a team sport, you have to share the responsibility of the team. And I feel like most of the time parents are on the defense. So when you start out parenting, typically 2 parents have 1 child. And so there's 2 people that get to share the child's responsibility. So you can pass the ball, the child, back and forth. So what happens then is it's a team approach. So it's zone defense. So there's 1 parent or 2 parents and 1 child. So when the child's in your zone, then it's your responsibility. You're in charge of the child. And then guess what? The child is in the other partner's zone, and so they are responsible for the child. And you get a maybe time off. So that's typically how parents start, is with a zone defense. Then you have your second child. What happens when the second child comes along? Now you have 2 balls, 2 children, and 2 parents. So that means you always have 1 child, and then you pass it on. You have another, that person has a child. So as a team, you have 2 children and 2 parents, thus man-to-man defense. So how that works is typically one person has 1 child, one person has the other child. Typically that mother has the infant because they are breastfeeding or just with the child more, or maternity leave, so they have the infant, and the father takes the older sibling, which can go along just fine, except the father doesn't bond with the second child. So then you try to juggle that. I just posted today, so if you're listening to this on a replay, it is on May 10th, and on the parent team in my blog. So you can read a little bit more about that, but you have to learn how to communicate and adjust. And of course, obviously you need time off. You can't be a parent 24/7. So one parent would have both children, and you do have to juggle that, which leads into the next type of parent defense, which is zone defense, where two of the players are in one, 2 of the children are in your zone. So you're now taking care of 2 children because they both entered your zone at the same time. So that would be how you would handle multiple children, and you have to take care of them, and you're juggling between the 2. So you probably are focusing on the one that is more likely to make the shot. If you are playing basketball with children, you're focusing on the one that's demanding your attention right now. So that is a little bit about why I came up with the name the parent team. Is it takes a team approach. I have a lot of ways of connecting them, in the sense that when you play a game, you have kind of a game plan. Well, with parenting, you kind of have a plan too, and it has to change, and you have to communicate that plan. I'm going to build on that as we talk about the parent team and household responsibilities. You have to communicate, you have to adjust, and you have to figure out who is doing what. No different than when you're juggling a child and who's doing which with the child, whose turn is it to watch the child, how to care for the child, and all those types of things. So the first lesson on the parent team is you're you being overwhelmed. I'm developing my own word there for a minute. So you are overwhelmed. You are just feeling way too much stuff going on, too many tasks in your day. So what I'd like to do is to brain dump that. And I will send you out this homework. But I want you to actually list all the things that you're kind of doing. And I'm going to ask you to do some things with that list. So whether you have time now or if you do it after this video, but before next week, I want to make sure that you take time and handle this homework about what are you actually doing and what is really bothering you. A lot of times what's overwhelming you is one or two tasks that just are getting on your nerves. And then what things can only you do? And what things are you setting as high priorities that have to be your way? Here's a good example. How do you load your dishwasher? Do you have a certain way your dishwasher has to be loaded? So let's say your spouse comes in and puts some dishes in the dishwasher, and then he leaves the kitchen. And then you come in and you put a glass in the dishwasher and you realize they're not in the right place according to you. So what do? Some of you might close the dishwasher after putting it in your cup and say fine. Some of you might move things around to get it in the right place. Well, how does your spouse feel when they come back to the dishwasher to put in their last cup for the day? And everything they put in is now moved around in a different place. Do they now feel like their task was undone? So why should they do it in the first place? What message are you giving across to them when you redo what they did? Is there truly only one way to load your dishwasher? Is there a reason the way that they load the dishwasher is done that way and the way you load the dishwasher is done your way? So this just happened in my house actually just this week. That's why I thought of this example. So I was putting dishes in and I was moving something my husband had put in because they were crooked. And so I straightened them. He goes, I want them crooked. I'm like, why do you want those dishes crooked? Because then my cup will fit in next to it. If they're straight, I can't get a cup in this other row. I'm like, oh, well that makes sense. I can adjust. Now I won't redo it. What a concept. We've lived here 2 years. I've probably been doing that for 2 years. He probably felt like, why do you keep moving them? I can't get the cups in next to him. I'm thinking, why are you putting them in crooked? Guess what? We had a conversation. I understood his reasoning. I can adjust. So now I won't redo what he's done in the dishwasher. But how we're feeling at the end of the day is a lot more than dishwashers. It's a lot more than lack of communication. It's a feeling of overwhelmed. It's a feeling of people not noticing. It's perhaps a feeling of people being taken advantage of. So as you're brain dumping your list of tasks that you have and you see every day, every week that has to be done, and it seems to fall on your shoulders, I want you to also think, how are you feeling about that? Are there certain ones that you want to write in bold or highlight? Then do that. And I'm going to ask you to do some things with that list in your homework assignment that I'll post with this video. And once you finish your homework assignment, I want you to reply back with the questions that I've asked you. And then next week, we will dig deeper in again. And as part of my Facebook group, if you're part of that, Mentor Mom Facebook group, you can comment in there and share that information in there. And we'll see what we can do to help at the end of the month you feeling a lot more relaxed, a lot better communication, and an understanding of what jobs you do not have to be responsible for, that you actually can let go to your spouse or to your children. I hope you let me know if you have any questions. I hope you understand what I'm getting at here, and please share your homework and any questions and ideas you have with this video. Thanks a lot, and have a great week.